and welcome back to the Spooky Horror Show podcast. As always, I'm Sean, and I'm joined by Anthony. Today, we'll be talking about the found footage horror film Hell House LLC 3 Lake of Fire.
Oh, God.
But before all that, remember, if you'd like to support us, if you're watching us on YouTube, like, subscribe, leave a comment. All of that helps us with engagement and the YouTube algorithm. The video version of the podcast is also available on Spotify, where you can follow and rate us and leave a comment as well. The audio-only version is pretty much available everywhere else, so you can listen on the platform of your choosing. Links for everything are in the description below. Now that housekeeping is out of the way, Anthony, what have you been up to?
I've just been doing project after project. This has really been affording me. I put my handrail back up finally, like that ripped out of the wall. My water heater broke. I don't think we've had a podcast from that.
No, we were supposed to record last week, and then your water heater exploded.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what happened.
Which is why when you were like, okay, we'll record this week, and then you're like, how about we do tomorrow? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Because if something else comes up, then we're not recording again. So no, let's just record.
No, so what happened was, like, so Wednesday I go out on a fucking run. It's pouring like white out, like, you know, like when it's raining so bad that there's a wall of rain. You drive in it and then you can't see. It's just straight like nothing. So it was raining like that. Now I was like 5 hours from my first drop, which was like the Bronx somewhere from like fucking upstate New York. So I'm driving there, everything's fine, and Monday the owner of my company called this company. They told him my guy's coming. It's in between 2 and 5. He'll be there. He's got samples. He was going to tell you about our product. We'd like to be with you guys. They let us know it, blah, blah, blah. I get there, park in the front, call them. I don't know them. I'm new. I don't know sales. I'm new. So I call them up. Hey, blah, 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 blah. Do you guys take, samples? Where would you like? Because some of them don't let you go in the front. It makes sense. They want you to go back. You go back, you go in a room, they make sure that, that you got your manifest. It's all legal shit. And, just come in, show the security guard your ID, he'll let you, and then we'll bring you back. We can just go. Okay. I go to walk in, he stops me. Where are you going? I'm like, whoa, I literally just called. I'm here, I'm with, I have a delivery, you guys, of your order. No, we don't take deliveries on Monday. I'm like, how do you not take deliveries on Monday when I sat in the front of your store and you told me I'm supposed to? I peeked in, the guy's like, no, man, you got to come back tomorrow or Wednesday. Yeah, we don't take deliveries. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, do you know how fucking away we are? This is ridiculous. Go about my day. The next drop after that is the same company. It's a different spot. Well, this guy, I think, owns both these spots. Well, they were not happy. They've never heard of this fucking policy. They want to know who said it to me. I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck. I don't know who it was. They peeked their head out and said, I can't do it. I'm doing that. At least 5 times they kept reiterating. So they said that you can't deliver it? I was like, yes. They said I can't deliver on Monday to come back. So, well, here Wednesday comes around and here's Anthony having to go fucking back and deliver to these fucking guys. So I finished the one in the Bronx. I had this pouring rain out. This woman in front of me stopped short on a little bridge. On a pothole I stopped. Unfortunately, my tires were in the pothole. It didn't look deep. It was with rain. I go, but my tires, they spin because I'm stuck in there, and it bounced. Well, it bounced so bad my fucking motor mount blew. It blew so bad it sounded like my engine was falling the fuck out. I had to finish the whole fucking day out that way. Nerve-wracking. I didn't get to confirm because it's so pouring rain out when I went to get out and check it. I can't put a jack out in the middle of the road on a fucking bridge. What do you do on the fucking Manhattan Bridge, the fucking Brooklyn Bridge? You know what I mean? I don't have a spot to do this. So I make it to Staten Island. I fix it all. I go home. The next day I wake up. I go to fucking do laundry. I hear like fucking water. I'm like, what the fuck is that sound? Lo and behold, dun, da, da, da. Water heater is dripping water down the jacket of the inside of it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I just got done saying, I know for a fact you're supposed to drain them. I don't remember how often, but we should drain them since we moved in. Yeah. My fucking water heater rotted out. It was on its way to blow. It was pouring water out the side of it. And my uncle's like, you could leave it, but if it's doing that, it blows, it's going to blow. And that's not going to be easier than what you're doing now. Yeah. Because I have a drain. It all pitches to a drain for how it's made out here. He's like, that'll help it, but it's not going to help for the fact that it's going to pop. So came up, we had to do that. So it was a ridiculously eventful fucking week. But other than that, I don't have much else.
But while you were dealing with the hot water heater and your motor mount, I was dealing with a dead pet.
I forgot about that.
NPH, the 17-year-old dog that I have,
the dog that wouldn't give up.
Has seizures. No, he's still alive. He is still having his seizures. He's still having his panic attacks. He's pissing and shitting everywhere.
You just cremate that?
Barnacle.
That was the kitty.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
I know for a fact somebody got cremated.
That was...
But yeah, no, that dog is way too fucking...
Yeah.
Way too old.
But no, Barnacle died. He was 4 years old, I think. But he was the first feral kitten that we had taken in. He was the start of it. He was kind of abandoned by the mama cat because he was the runt of the litter. His back legs were definitely jacked up because like the knees did not bend. If he ran, it was a bunny hop. If he walked, it looked like he had a fucking metal hip and everything. And we called him Barnacle because he was so emaciated when we found him on our porch.
That stuck to your porch.
His butthole was like super protruding out that it looked like the barnacles that are like stuck on the side of ships. So my kid named him Barnacle, and it was his favorite cat. He took care of that thing like forever. We brought him in, fed him, got him all healed up and everything. And then because we took care of him, the mama cat finally came back with the rest of her kittens and then kind of went like, hey, take care of these kittens. So then it's like we took care of those kittens but kept them outside, and then they've throughout the years have like disappeared. They've like fucking wandered the fucking area. And then mama cat had more kittens, would drop them off with us, and then she would like fucking bounce, and then we'd get stuck with those kittens and take care of them. The ones that survived, there's I think a couple of them inside our house now, and then the others that were just like, nah, we don't want to be in the house, they're outside. There's some of them there that ended up getting pregnant, that once they finish suckling, feeding, I don't know what you would call it, the kittens that they ended up having, they're getting fixed. And then once they're fixed and recuperated, the kittens, once those 8 kittens that are in there now are of age, they're gonna get fixed so that there's no more fucking kittens. But Barnacle was the kid's favorite. I'm sitting on the couch drinking coffee, and I see him walking from the window area. He walks a little bit and sits down and just like, he lays down and it looks like he's taking a nap, but his eyes are open. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And he'll be like that for a little while, and then he'd get up and he'd walk a little bit more and then lay down. And I was like, this is really fucking weird that like he's doing this.
Weird.
And he wasn't doing that the day before. The day before he was perfectly fine. He was running around, he was chasing other cats, he was jumping around, like everything was fine. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? So the wife gets home and I'm like, hey, Barnacle doesn't seem good. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, you need to see, because she's a nurse practitioner, so she's used to all this shit. She's worked in cancer wards, she's worked in emergency care and everything. So it's like she's used to that.
Once, you've seen it a million times.
And so she goes in and she looks at him and she's like, oh, I don't think he's gonna make it much like longer.
Oh, you could tell.
And I was like,
you could really tell.
What the fuck
said the
happened?
same thing with what's his name?
She's like holding him. Of course, we had to tell the kid, and he fucking had a breakdown because again, his favorite.
It's his buddy. Yeah.
And she's like, while the kid's like laying with him, she's like looking him over, and she comes up to me and she's like, he's yellow. That's his liver. Like, you know, like when your liver's bad, you're in liver failure.
Yeah.
Like that's what he, like once you moved his fur, like that's what you would see. So it was like, what the fuck happened? So I was like, all right, none of the vet places were open. So we called a bunch of places. We scheduled an appointment for like the very next morning. And then 2 hours later, he died in my wife's arms. And then
Sheila did that with me.
I am jokingly referred to as corpse disposal in the house, because every time,
don't you like that when I had to dig that 6 foot, you know how hard it is to dig a 6 foot fucking grave, or because you can't do 4 foot. The dog was 80 fucking pounds, and in 2 black garbage bags. When they, when you're in Texas, they say to you, oh yeah, well we don't come for it, you just bury it in the yard. Yeah, that's what they mail you to do in Texas. I digged until 9 o'clock at night. Get your shit together. I didn't want to put him outside until the morning when I can go get him cremated, because I know by you it's a lot cooler. By me, it's still 95 degrees. So yeah, it's 95 degrees. It's going to be 95 degrees until about January. Then it'll freeze over. Ted Cruz will go on another vacation. A couple kids will die, and then he'll come back, and then it'll be hot again.
And he'll blame Democrats for it. He'll blame Democrats and solar power and the wind turbines for it. But yeah, and then I took him to get cremated, and because it was the kid's favorite, I let him choose the urn, and of course he picked a really beautiful one. It was also a very also a custom one So for his cremation and the urn, it cost $450. Yeah. So
and for those people that are saying, "Oh, well, you know, it's a pet, it's your loved one," I do understand that. I truly do. That's a lot of fucking money nowadays. Like, I understand that.
You see, like,
some people don't have $400. I told him to just take him outside and do it yourself. I mean, not to be a dick. But for that small of an animal, you could have gotten the heat up in the backyard and then picked it up and put it in a bucket jar. I'm just saying to save some money, but not everybody has the money.
We're still under a burn ban, so I can't even light my fire
God,
pit.
So you can't even fucking do that too. That's terrible.
And I can't dig. I can't, like, you know, put them. You like,
can't dig very
have like
a
pet cemetery and stuff, because every time around summertime, it gets so hot and dry that it just cracks the ground in my backyard and splits it open.
My backyard, when it, yes, I remember.
So
unless you kept
I can't even do that.
Moist all the time, it turned into like the Mojave Desert people. Like Texas just slowly starts to like open up its ground, like the fucking Tremors back in the movie.
So it's like cremation is the way to go, and so it's.
But yet there'll still be fucking red ants.
Yep. So it's like I had to deal with that. He's doing better now. I'm indifferent. I told my wife after I put down my dog in New York, when she got like hurt real bad.
Yeah.
And just wasn't gonna make it. And I made the stupid decision to like stay in the room and like hold them while they passed.
Dude, they suck.
And I was
I've had to do with several of my family's animals.
I've seen it in movies with people, like when they die, and it's like it's like, oh, you see like the life leave their eyes. I thought it was like hyperbole, like whatever.
100% real. No, 100% real.
100% real. And I was like, oh,
they're just sitting there like this, and they're just like
you just see like
is that it? Like, wait,
no, a glaze goes over, and
I swear, it's like the light slowly from their eyes goes bright and just slowly fades to the back of their eye. I swear I kid you not.
Yeah,
it's like the light is slowly fading on an LED, and it sucks.
It's really bad, and that's not something I would have my wife go through, especially since she was never really an animal or pet person until she met me, and I would never have my son go through that because he's pro animal over people. So so it's like I would never make him do that. So it's like I usually take care of it.
Many dead fuckers on me. I've had many people dead, die, or dying, or brought back from death, but it never changed an animal for me. Ever.
But speaking about death, how about
the death of this franchise?
Hell House LLC 3 ready for production?
Oh wait, yeah, you were saying. See, I was on the mark with it too. I knew you were gonna say it. Yeah, how about the death of this fucking franchise? All right, so we have covered one, we've covered two. This will be the third one. Yep. We have the third, and
there's two more.
Then there's then the fifth one's coming out, right?
The fifth one has come out in theaters, and early response to it is not great.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to get through this, because it seems to me that like it's doing a nosedive right now, and honestly, the franchise owner, maker, like creator, who was that? The creator is he's not really understanding how it works in the whole industry.
The dude that made the comments, he's the CEO of Terror Films.
Okay, so it's the CEO of the company.
Yeah,
really. Okay.
He made those fucking stupid fucking comments. But the guy that created the Hell House series seems to forget what makes Hell House with that last film, because Hell House LLC 3, God damn, Hell House LLC 3, this was supposed to be the final film, because they were supposed to end the film franchise with this film and then go into a TV series on Shudder, an anthology series called the Abaddon Tapes, that I think was supposed to be basically like each episode is like a vignette of like the people that you end up getting to see little snippets of in these films when they talk about like all the people that have gone missing when they go to like explore the Abaddon when they're told not to. I think it was supposed to be a full series of like that shit, but this movie was not met with the same, I guess, acclaim as the other two, because number one currently is on our ranking is the original Hell House. Great film. You can watch it anytime. It still holds up. 2 is okay. It's not as good as 1, but it's a good continuation of the story. And then we have this. So it's following the release of Hell House 2, Terror Films announced that Hell House LLC 3 Lake of Fire was in the works. Production began on May 1st, 2019, with Stephen Cognetti again returning to write and direct the film. This film is a little different in that a lot of the people from the previous 2 films ended up coming back, because that's a new thing
of them coming back in the from the previous movies.
Yeah,
they usually
because
don't.
in the first film, pretty much everyone dies, but Mitchell is mentioned. He's mentioned. The character of Mitchell is mentioned that he stayed back at the hotel to go through all the footage. And then Hell House 2, you actually see the character of Mitchell and find out that the Hell House movie that we watched, that was a film that him in universe made based on the footage collected by forget her name, Diane, that he worked for.
Yeah, I think it is Diane.
So no one from the films had come back. It was all archival footage and all that shit. With this one, because it was supposed to be the final film, they brought back certain people from the previous 2 films as a closeout. So from the first film, you had Sarah, played by Ryan Jennifer Jones, Alex's Danny Bellini, Paul's Gore Abrams, Adam Schneider, and Tony, played by Jared Hacker. They all came back. From the second film, you had Joy Schatz, who played Molly, and Jillian Gertz, who played Jessica, and then Brian David Tracy, who ended up being revealed as Andrew Tully, the original owner of the Abaddon Hotel. They returned from Hell House LLC to the Abaddon Hotel.
Oh, okay.
And this is the thing where so many people from the first one came back, a few people from the second one came back for the new cast playing the, I don't know, millionaire, billionaire, I don't really fucking remember, Russell Wynn. We have, I believe it's pronounced Gabriel Kitri, the new documentary filmmaker brought in to film everything, because every one of these films needs to have one, is Vanessa Shepard, played by Elizabeth Vermillier. But yeah, that's about all I got for this film. Again, the film was distributed by Terror Films and Shudder. It was released on Shudder September 19th, 2019. Anthony, what are your spoiler-free thoughts of Hell House LLC 3 Lake of Fire?
So, honestly, I don't know. I feel like I see in the other ones it was more found footage, but the way, I guess, the quality of the camera looked to me, I'm not good at describing it. You'll understand it because we've known each other forever. I like the way this one was shot visibly. Yeah.
You like the resolution.
Visually, I said it. Yes. Like that. I like the way the format was. They did it well with the interviews, but then that kind of was where it stopped, but you're not doing the same format as the other ones.
Yeah.
So it was okay, well, you're not really working out for me. So other than that, it was childish. Is that a good way to explain that? Say it like that? It felt...
I guess so. For childish? Me, I hated this film. Ever since the very first time I saw this...
put on again.
This is probably I've seen Hell House 1 and Hell House 2 probably about 20 times. I've seen the fourth Hell House at least 10, and I've seen this one 3 times. One time, the first time it came out, and I watched it and I was like, oh, this sucks. And then 2 times just to get the plot completely written down and shit like that for the podcast. That's it. I'm fine never watching this film again. I fucking hate it.
It's spoiler free. It's not
scary. The biggest thing, it's a fucking horror film and it's not fucking scary.
That's why I said it kind of felt kiddie. It didn't need to have been made.
Yeah, the dialogue is terrible.
Honestly, now that you mentioned it about the TV series, this could have been broken down into a TV series and actually might have been better.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, all the characters are dog shit, especially the billionaire, everything they were doing with him. There was an interview with Screen Anarchy with Terror Films president Joe Dane. He talked about the third film, about this film, and said Hell House 3 will be taking a cue from the original Hell House LLC, returning to its roots to capture the same intensity and fear that fans and critics alike fell in love with. I don't know what
I didn't fall in love
of
with anything in this.
I don't know what kind of rose-colored glasses Dane is looking at all this shit through, but he needs to get his shit sorted out. did he ever see the script or the final edit of the film? Like anything? There's absolutely nothing scary about this film.
You would think that they would have watched it.
Yeah,
no, well, don't they ever watch their own films? Like
seeing, and we'll talk about it more. Like we talked about it before the podcast, but we'll talk about it more once we get to the 5th Hell House series and his comments. I think when he sees a turd, he just tries to spin it,
polish it
to make people think it's good, and then when people are like, nah dude, this is dog shit, he's like, well, just don't say anything, just listen to the good reviews. They don't know good cinema. They're not in the field, because this is an actual chore to like watch and try to stay awake while watching it. But you ready for some plot? Plot. Robert Lyons, who we last saw in the first Hell House film, frames this new documentary about the reportedly cursed Abaddon Hotel. 9 years after the death of the original Hell House LLC team, and 1 year after Mitchell, as well as Jessica and her investigative film crew disappearance, the hotel was slated to be demolished. But wealthy media entrepreneur Russell Wynn purchased the property to turn it into the site of Insomnia, an immersive theater production based on Faust. We saw interstitials in the last film about the Wynn Group purchasing the hotel, and I think that popped up when they were talking about whatever the fuck the psychic medium, when he disappeared with his cameraman. They were like, the Wynn Group says he hasn't been found, but he's not dead, and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't fucking know. So all of this takes place between September 13th and October 2nd, 2018. Accompanied by her cameraman Louis, new Morning Mysteries host Vanessa Shepard arrives to profile Russell's production from behind the scenes. Vanessa meets Russell's COO, Jeff Stone, production designer Harvey, and actors Gregory, Jane, Max, and Isabel. During the initial interviews before filming her talking head interview, we see clips from the original Hell House film. While touring the hotel, the power briefly goes out. While talking about Wynn's shitty wine, a ghostly woman could be seen in the hidden hallway when the lights come back on. She's like standing in the hallway in a blue U. After being distracted by one of the workers coming in from the other hallway, the woman is gone. Anthony, how did the cameraman not see this woman in his monitor?
Wasn't I watching? One of us were both watching this, and this came up, and I'm like, how do you not notice it? You're looking dead at them, like you're looking at them, and it's in the frame.
Yep.
Yeah. Then this is was one of us were watching, and we were both like, what the fuck kind of? It's literally in your plane of view. Like it's impossible to not see it.
The one you're talking about was in Hell House 2. That's when the psychic was doing the yes no
sitting down. Okay. Yes.
And every mannequin looks fake, and that one looks real.
So they have in every
apparently.
movie. Every movie, there's a cameraman that's staring dead at something, and oh my god, it wasn't there.
Yeah,
they think we're dumb.
If he isn't using like a big monitor, which you would think again, if he's shooting for like the network television show Morning Mysteries, it's not just going to be a camera. He's going to have a big like monitor in his face so that he's not looking at a tiny viewfinder. He's going to be looking at a monitor so that he can pull focus on that, unless the camera is just like autofocus or however they're doing it. Regardless, he's probably going to have a big monitor to like look at. And now, even if he's not using that, and he's using like one of those director's monitors where it's like you look into the thing, like the old like camcorders and everything, it's right there. That means your eyes even closer to it. You would still fucking see this. I hate that they keep doing this.
They're fucking just oblivious. They're just oblivious to it. It's like you wrote that is not that you. The whole scene wasn't looked through when you were in edit.
Yeah,
because someone would have said that, and someone would have saw it and be like, wait a minute, it's like, so we need to reshoot that so it looks, either they can't be in the scene previously and there has to be a cut, or you have to acknowledge it when it's in the scene. Don't do a cut to them being scared.
Yeah, and I do think, if I remember correctly, he does come up later saying something, but this kind of happened with in Hell House 2 with the original morning host person, where she was standing outside the hotel and they're like, she's recording like her intro to everything, and her cameraman's like, hey, there's someone.
Oh, and the woman's sitting up there. Yeah.
The cameraman goes, hey, we have to do that again. Someone's up there. And she's like, what? And turns around and there's someone there. And you see her.
They got it. They could see.
You see that original host. I think her name was Susie. Susie McCombs, I think. She looks kind of scared that there's someone up there because there's not supposed to
be anybody in there.
So it's weird. It's just weird that like we're still doing this. If the place is known to be quote haunted and the power goes out and then suddenly comes back on and something is like clearly different, then the characters need to start pointing it out right then and there. Can't do it later.
Sure.
It has to be started being pointed out then. Vanessa feels a presence watching her, and Jeff mentions that the cast and crew have dubbed that phenomenon Abaddon Eyes.
That sounds so predatory.
I know, right? Vanessa finally meets with Russell and is given full access to record everything and anything. And then they meet with the rest of the cast and crew, and they're given cameras so that they can also record fun stuff and do their own BTS and interviews and stuff. And it'll all be cut into the doc a little bit later. Later on, I believe that same night.
I just want to say, I want to point out, I'm pretty proud of myself. I just literally got what he said. That what was it? BTS? Whatever. Yeah. Immediately when he said it, I understood behind the scenes footage. Typically, I would have never gotten that. Delta wouldn't have caught onto that shit. He's slowly cracking through to this crap.
Slowly but surely, we're getting them.
It's only taken like 10 years, but not exaggerating.
Later, Louis meets with Vanessa in her hotel room and shows her the footage of the ghostly woman in white being hidden in the blue light. But we don't get Vanessa's reaction to it. He comes in and he goes, I have to show you this. This is creepy. And then he puts the laptop down, and then it cuts to a still frame of the woman in the hallway, and then does a slow zoom in. Then it cuts to Robert and his inner circle in a meeting in the attic, and Jeff tells him that he got on a call with Robert's bank. And Jeff wants to know if there's anything wrong and if there's anything he needs to worry about. Why was there no reaction to this? Who the fuck was that? Yeah. Why was there a person there? Do we need to talk to Russell? Not literally. Robert, Russell. Do we need to talk to Russell about all this? Like what the fuck is going on? Like, there's none of this. It's just like, oh, I gotta show you this. There's like a ghost or something there. It's like, okay, let's see it. Slow zoom in of a picture. Cut to a completely different scene the next day. What the fuck is happening? This film is so fucking all over the place. It's annoying.
Well, like I said, it seems like we went back to the original way of doing things. Was I didn't pay attention to the first film at all.
Yeah,
and they didn't even watch the first film.
And the best part is, it's not like they've had a different writer or director on like different films.
No,
it's been the same guy.
It hasn't changed hands.
Every single film. It's just annoying. After talking about Russell's finances, Vanessa interviews Father Paulus. He's a priest at All Saints Church who was hired by Russell as a consultant. When Vanessa asks about the occultist Andrew Tully supposedly finding a gateway to hell at the hotel, he mentions that Abaddon is a demon guard. Some have heard saying the gate is open in Latin. Vanessa interviews Russell on the former fairgrounds where apparently tragedy struck a hayride long before Hell House.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what this has to do with anything. It's never been mentioned.
Now this film does go back a few more incidents before what we knew. But honestly, like you just said, you didn't need to know about that.
Yeah,
they're nothing that's like, that really helped my story. It really is nothing important.
Now this, they might have been hinting with the fairground, talking about the carnival incident, which is further mentioned in the next Hell House film, The Carmichael Manor.
Maybe.
I'm not completely sure because they don't show footage or anything. They're just talking about fucking a hayride. And if I remember correctly, I don't think the hayride had anything to do with that.
The haunting. No.
Because in the next
tragedy. Okay, tragedies do happen, but it's not like it's a haunting where you got sucked into a fucking portal to hell like the first and second one.
Yeah, because I think in the next one, it just has to do with people going missing, and that's about it.
Like abductions.
Yeah. But what this implies is Andrew Tully even human?
No, because it does not imply.
Because Andrew Tully was the owner and he was the cult
Indiana
leader.
Jones on your ass. It goes to normal aliens. Like it was like it's this is the third, right? It's the third, not the fourth one. This one takes the first two of them and goes like, you know what? Whatever you know, fuck it, shake up that fucking magic 8-ball, baby, because we're coming up with something. Oh wait, out of space. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Again, this was supposed to be the third and final Hell House film,
and he kind of makes it remember how like they're
introducing something fucking new,
made it more of like a demonic type of deal in the basement. That's what he kind of made it as. And like Tully was like this demonic force came to take like souls from the Abaddon Hotel, like that would be fine. What you started with. Started that way. Yeah.
It would be fine if they were saying that, like, you know, all the surrounding property has been affected by this. But if I remember correctly, even from the first film, there were like, I think there were like houses close to it or something. So it's like, wouldn't those houses be affected too? I thought all of this was just this one area, and now it's kind of spreading. So has this been going on for like centuries? Is this just recently? Like, how long has? I'm just confused because again, this is supposed to be at this point in time. There's no plans for Hell House 4. Well, technically it's called Hell House Origins,
at the time.
The Carmichael Manor.
Yeah.
Right? This was supposed to be the final Hell House film, and they're already introducing more shit to the lore that doesn't make any fucking sense, that they're not expanding on. It's just like, oh yeah, there was a fucking tragedy over here when it was a fairground, and this hayride and blah blah blah. Because then right as like she's talking about it, Russell gets a call that he has to go check on Wardrobe because apparently there's some sort of fucking emergency with Wardrobe, and Vanessa makes him promise that they'll continue this talk later, which, you know, spoiler alert, they don't. So Russell leaves Vanessa and Louie just on the fairgrounds, and they're walking around, and Vanessa ends up finding the discarded planchette used by what is his name? Brock Davies. And then it cuts to, I think it's the same day, but now it's night. Yeah, because they also don't give you fucking dates all the time. One night after rehearsal, Russell tells the cast and crew that they can go have a bonfire on the property.
Yeah, they
just need to be back at their hotels by a certain time, and that there will be like a bunk buddy going to check on them and shit to make sure that they're there.
Why? This is so fucking weird.
Because it's implied that Russell knows that this place is haunted. Yeah. And it's like, so long as you're not there at a certain time, like, you should be fine.
You're not gonna be haunted.
So it's like people are being like watched, but like nothing's happening to anyone. So they're like, all right, everything's fine then. During the bonfire, Jane accepts a drunken dare to go into the basement alone and touch a prop clown. Jane walks around the house, and everything seems fine until she gets to the bar before she goes into the basement, where she turns the camera around on herself. And I believe this is all the original cast of the first Hell House film, all their ghosts standing behind her.
Yeah.
She doesn't see them because I think they were given GoPros. I'm not completely sure what cameras they were given, but I don't know. Because I would assume like they're clearly being caught on camera. Are they not being seen when looking through the viewfinder? Because if you're not seeing them looking through the viewfinder, then why the fuck would they end up being caught on the video? I can understand not being able to see with like the naked eye.
Yeah.
But seeing it through the camera's viewfinder, through the camera's screen, going through all the same electrical processes that would end up recording it to the tapes, to the SD cards, like all that shit. I think it is GoPros, because later when someone quits, she's like, hey, I got her GoPro, but the SD card is missing. So yeah, they have GoPros. So she can't, so fine. She can't see her own shit because she just turned it around to show it. So okay, never mind. We're good. We're gonna ditch that. So she goes into the basement, and it's the same prop clowns that have always been there. She goes over and she doesn't give a kiss to the main clown that is like the iconic Hell House clown. She kisses the one next to it, and everything seems fine until she moves away and looks over and notices that the clown is now looking at her.
Yeah.
So she gets up,
creepy clown,
starts screaming, and starts to run away. And the clown, when she turns back around to look, the clown is like standing up, not moving, but just standing. I don't know if we've really full on seen the thing move. I think like in the last film, like the door slammed shut and its head turned, but I don't think we've ever seen it like actually move towards, I don't know.
No. It's always been relocated.
Yeah, it'll relocate, and like it'll turn its head.
It doesn't start
that's
moving
about it.
or nothing. It just relocates. Yeah.
So it gets up, and when she turns around, it's like now standing, and she like runs to the stairs to go up, but then like she kind of collapses and stuff, and then kind of back crawls up the stairs a little bit, and then just sits there crying. Why the fuck isn't she going up the stairs?
Why would you stay? Yeah, why wouldn't you continue to go?
Why is she just standing there? It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make much sense.
It's so dumb. But Russell, Jeff, and Harvey end up seeing the footage. She ends up being rescued by the people that were outside. And so they know that she's not lying. She went inside. She was alone inside. She went downstairs, kissed the clown. The thing moved and everything. But Russell says it must have been another cast member fucking with her. It's like, fuck you, dude.
Of course, right?
And
like,
that's always
completely negated.
If there's a dude in power who you know everyone left, it's just you guys here. Everyone else is outside because you went in by yourself. Like there's no way for them to get downstairs to get into that clown costume thing. Like take the mannequin,
get all that done.
Take the clown suit off the mannequin, climb into the mannequin before you get downstairs to do all, like you can't do that. So if there's a person in power that's like gaslighting you into being like, nah, it must be like immediately know that they know something really fucked up is going on, and you should get as far as fuck away from them as possible. Anyway, Jane quits. She doesn't want to deal with this. Vanessa ends up talking with the cast, and Max mentions that Russell seems like a changed person since his near-death car crash that permanently scarred his face in 2008. Eventually wooed back, Russell promises to pay her double.
Always promises.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I'll come back for double, but it's like I'd be like, I want a buddy system. I want to never be by myself. Like we're not fucking around with this. And I do like that. If I remember correctly, there's probably someone in the clown costume. I've never looked to see who the actor is, but I remember it was a mannequin, but it was so heavy to like move around and then like wouldn't stand up straight that someone would just be in the costume.
Right?
Yeah, in the clown. Yeah.
It looked bulky.
Have you watched the Carmichael Manor yet?
I don't think I have.
Okay. So with Carmichael Manor, you know how you said with this one, you like the resolution of the of everything. Like it's not that
of the interviews.
It's not gross and grainy.
I don't want found footage in fucking 4K. It doesn't make any sense because no one wants to see that shit. I want to see some gritty 8mm looking fucking film, Blair Witch style. Those scenes need to look like that.
Well, with Carmichael Manor, you have upgraded cameras. There's still camcorders, but they're like the newer like 4K cameras that have like the autofocus and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
When they show the clown at one point, it just looks like a dude with face paint on.
Oh wow. Well, that's
like the resolution is that good that I don't know if it's like I'm sure it's the same mannequin, but it might not be. I don't know. I mean, like I think the eyes are open and it's just like hollow. So it's probably the mask. It's just the mask quality is so good and the resolution is so good that you sit there and you're like, it makes it so much like looking at it in broad daylight in this like mansion. It's so fucking creepy. So I just, yeah, I would never, if I ever saw that, which I hate it. I don't want it. I don't even think double pay would have me come back. If something like that happened,
sometimes you gotta say no.
I would do all my work outside. I would not do anything inside. I'd be like, I'm good. Isabel, the makeup artist, ends up quitting the next day. One of the people, I forget who, I think it's one of the actors, is like, I think making fun of Jane for quitting. So Isabel, super hard worker, she's doing all the makeup for everyone, and I think she's doing it solo. Everyone is called to set and she's left by herself. So someone left their camera, so she takes it and she's walking through the house and she ends up running into Sarah Havel's ghost in the crew hallway.
Which the whole setup of this place looks fucking weird.
She sees Sarah walk into a room, so she goes to follow to be like, hey, like what the fuck's like going on here? And then she gets locked in the room and freaked the fuck out. There's a whole bunch of shit that pops up in there and she gets really scared. Finally she gets out, but like she quits. Jeff wants to say that she left because she was, quote, tired. But Harvey flips the fuck out and he's like, no, absolutely fucking not. I'm not dealing with any of that fucking slander. She is too hard of a worker and there's too many weird things happening in this fucking house to besmirch her name just to fucking save face here. It's like, no, we're not fucking doing that. Vanessa tells the inner circle that they got Isabel's camera back, but it's missing the SD card. We cut back to Robert Lyon and his glorious mustache and beard talking about Isabel's social media and how she has been stalked by the ghosts of the original Hell House team the entire time she's been there. Almost every one of her photos on like Instagram has the ghosts behind her.
It took them how long to fucking realize that?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, you post the photo. Did you not see
Nobody
the photo?
saw that on the internet?
Yeah,
that doesn't make.
It's so
people
weird.
Catch on a lot quicker on the internet.
Unless this whole thing happened and it's like she left and then like the ghost is posting this stuff. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Like I said, the final film ends up like giving us more questions than answers.
Which after the third one, you really want more answers than questions.
After a frightening encounter with Jessica Fox's ghost, Vanessa insists on speaking with Russell. She goes to Russell's hotel room, knocking on the door, and finds that it's open. So when they walk in, they see his laptop just open on his bed, playing footage of Mitchell and Jessica entering the Abaddon Hotel. Russell surprises them, and when she asks to show the footage of the shit that she saw in the hotel, he just completely disregards it. He's like, no, because
he knows that he knows that it's there.
Yeah, which is why he
has so many signs that I'm like, why in the world doesn't anyone question him on this more?
Like, it legitimately becomes like, hey, we know that you're fucking involved, dude. You're being way too shady about this whole shit. Back at the Abaddon, they're doing a lighting test, and Harvey is in the control room telling him to shut off certain lights, turn on other lights. And while he's doing this, a ghoul, I don't know who, but just a ghoul, appears behind him every time the lights kick back on. She's a little bit closer until the lights are off a little bit too long for a lighting test. And then the ghoul briefly like reaches out and touches him.
Weeping angel. Every time the light turns off, it gets closer.
It ends up touching him and it freaks him the fuck out and starts yelling for them to turn the lights back on. And it takes them a very long time to turn the lights back on, even though they were just doing the test where he's like, all right, turn it off and turn on the red. And it was like, click, click. This is like, turn the lights on, turn the lights on, turn the lights on. And it's just darkness, 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 darkness. This light on, then this light on, then this light on. It's like, what is happening? Just flick the, he's screaming for the lights to turn on. Just flick the, like, come on, man. But here's the complaint that I have.
This isn't a lot of suspense. All the time this is going on, it's not that
No. And it's the big problem. Like I said, the film isn't scary. That's the biggest problem. We've seen a lot of these scares throughout all the other fucking films, and it's like they're not doing anything new. But they're also making these characters extremely fucking stupid. When the red light was on and the ghoul was approaching Harvey, his head was turned, right?
Okay.
So for people watching, the girl is coming this way. I'm trying to fucking... She's coming
this way is.
Yeah, no, that's why I said the people watching on camera. The girl is coming like towards him this way, right? So she's like right off center, maybe a little bit back. His head is turned this way. I can see everything over here. So when the red light is on and she's walking towards him, his head is turned. He would fucking see her walking towards him. What are we doing?
Oblivious shit.
What are we doing?
This whole movie.
It's so fucking
makes the least amount of sense.
It's so fucking infuriating. It's like, unless you're gonna be like, well, he's blind in that eye, and it's like, sure, man, whatever. I'm trying to think. Jeff and Vanessa are heading towards the dining area when they hear the actor Gregory talking to a woman. Jeff seems surprised that the conversation is going well because Gregory seems kind of like a douchebag. Like I said, everything seems to be going well until she starts talking weird and ominous. And when they turn the corner, everyone is confused because the woman is just completely gone. So Jeff goes, after talking to Gregory about like what the girl looked like, where she possibly went. He's like, I have no fucking clue. Jeff tells Harvey and Russell about the conversation, and based on what her voice sounded like and Gregory's description of her, Jeff thinks that he was having a conversation with Sarah Havel's ghost.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see where he's getting the summation of that.
Of course, Russell doesn't want to believe it. He doesn't care.
He doesn't acknowledge anything.
Yeah.
He just wants to get this whole thing done with.
Yep. Vanessa relaxes with the production cast and crew at the bar, and Russell doesn't ask her not to come. He basically says, hey, you shouldn't come to the show.
Yeah.
Which is weird. And she goes to talk to him. He gets up to leave. He's like, hey, just, pay. He tells Jeff to just, everything is on him. Just pay the bill. It's fine. So he goes to leave, and Vanessa gets up to follow him, and we don't get to hear what they say. But like, he very lovingly is like whispering into her ear. And I'm like, the fuck?
Like, much?
None of this fucking makes any sense. What could he have possibly fucking said to like make anything fucking like? It's just, they don't have like a romantic relationship. They barely have a fucking professional relationship because like they're almost never talking to each other.
They don't seem to be like they're chummy enough that they have that
like he's putting his arm on her and like whispering into her ears, and she just comes walking back. She's like, oh, like, tell us what he said.
Yeah.
Well, for all I know, when you were like, why don't you want me to come?
Very, very concerned
he just went into whisper and then just stuck his tongue in your ear. Like, we don't fucking know. Yeah. But after that, Vanessa tells her cameraman that they need to go speak to the priest again. She goes, and Vanessa asks if Andrew Tully really did find the gate to hell in the hotel, and wonders if Russell is planning to have hundreds of people cross over into it. Thinking he's off the record, Priest confesses to Vanessa that Russell arranged to liquidate all of his assets at midnight, the opening night of the show, and asked him to disperse the money to different charities. That's huge, and that kind of makes it seem like, hey, I'm probably gonna die. October 1st, 2018, on Insomnia's opening night, Vanessa's news story about Russell's asset liquidation airs as everyone is together getting ready for the show to open. Everyone has the TV on, and it's like breaking news.
Breaking news. This guy that you trusted to your livelihood into is now going chapter 11 on your asses and getting everything taken from him.
Vanessa from Morning Mysteries did an expose revealing that Russell Wynn is liquidating his assets at midnight. It's like, and that the cast is like, whoa, are we getting paid? What the fuck's going on?
No one gets paid.
This causes Jeff to confront Russell and ask what's really going on, if all of this is true, and Russell yells at him, it's my money, I can do whatever I want. Except, like, yeah, you're the CEO, but like you have a COO, which is Jeff, so it's like he's kind of responsible for that. You have a CFO, he's kind of responsible for all of that money that like you're making and spending. It's like, put it on my card. It's like, well, your card is the business card, and if you're liquidating all your assets in your business, it's like, we're the business, and it's like we kind of need to know what the fuck is happening. You know what I mean? But he's like, the media group and the other thing is completely separate. The media group will be perfectly fine, blah, blah, blah. I don't really fucking believe that, but it is what it is. And then the production opens to the public as planned. Vanessa's producer, Sam Frost, appears in the documentary to accompany rediscovered footage of the original Hell House team from April 2009 and the journalists that went in, what was her name? Jessica and Mitchell, October 2017, and surprise, Russell is seen in the background of both of those clips. So he has had something to do with all of this shit the entire time. During the first show, a creepy clown suddenly appears in the wine room. Andrew Tully appears to Russell, and they have this cryptic conversation. Tully interrupts the performance to brutally kill Gregory. Panic ensues as people rush to find an exit, and then cloaked cultists start emerging from the basement and begin killing all the patrons and actors. This is when Vanessa...
it's just weird.
This is when Vanessa runs and jumps over the bar and hides, dropping the camera on the motorized Lazy Susan that she told Max to turn off earlier because it was too noisy. And then we keep getting footage of like it fucking spinning around. When I say she hides behind it, that's like the loosest version of the word. Because half the time her head is above the bar.
Above the bar, yeah.
the entire time all of this is going on, the cultists are killing the same people over and over and over again in this clip. It's not like they're going after new people or they killed a person and they're leaving to go find other people. It's like they'll slit this dude's throat and the camera will spin around, and then it cuts somewhere else in the house and something else is happening, and then it cuts back to the camera and it's spinning and it shows Vanessa's face, and then it cuts back to the cultist still by the guy that has his throat slit as he, and instead of like leaving the guy to die and leaving, he's still just standing there. It's like, I don't know what any of this is, but it's, again, it's not fucking scary. None of this is fucking scary.
It's not that scary. It honestly, it turned into it just more trouble than what it needed to be to watch.
It's like at a certain point, I was half expecting like Benny Hill music to start playing.
See, that's what I'm saying. It was
stopped caring.
It wasn't peak.
Eventually, a cultist grabs Vanessa and drags her to the basement.
The hell. Good movie. It's always the basement. Everything happens in the basement.
Because when Tully and Russell are having a conversation, Jeff runs to find Russell to be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, shit's happening. And Russell's kind of just standing there staring
off because he knows some shit's happening.
Jeff doesn't even see Andrew Tully in the corner of the room. I don't think he goes into the room, but you know, Tully ends up like disappearing and shit.
Let me tell you.
And I guess Tully's trying to get Vanessa into the portal to hell or whatever. It's such a fucking dumb concept.
Again, it just doesn't make any sense.
Russell arrives in the basement and wrestles with Tully in front of the fiery portal as the ceiling begins to crumble around them. The next day, the news reports that all the patrons and performers were found unharmed in the cornfield behind the hotel. How? People had their throats slit. I can understand people that weren't killed being alive, but people were killed.
Possibly. People were murdered. We saw it.
They
Unless
should not be coming back.
All of the video was corrupted?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. But a fire ended up destroying the hotel, and Russell remains missing. Vanessa tells Jeff that she believes that they all died, but Russell brought them back to life, recalling how Russell died for 2 minutes during his 2008 accident. And Vanessa theorizes that Russell was an angel sent to close the gateway to hell.
Oh my God.
This is so fucking stupid.
It has nothing to do with the first plotline, even the second plotline. Why did we have to go this far into that?
It's so fucking dumb. The original Hell House LLC team seemingly comes back to life inside a mysteriously intact hotel, but they discover that they're unable to leave. Eventually, Russell comes in and identifies himself as the guy that closed the gate that they opened, even though Tully has been taking lives for years on that property. And the property has been a magnet for all these horrible events.
Spot.
But these fucking numbskulls are the ones that managed to get the gate open.
Get away. Yeah. And closed. Not just open and closed.
Yeah, like, why not Tully? Tully had been trying to open this gate with his cult and he couldn't do it, but these dipshits came in, slapped on $3 worth of paint on a wall, and that opened the, like, it's just so stupid. But Russell explains that they are ghosts and cannot leave because the hotel took their lives. But didn't the hotel take all those other people's lives that they're theorizing he brought back? Yeah. It's okay. The Hell House team accepts their fate, and that is the end of Hell House 3, Lake of Fire. That's such a stupid fucking ending. Anthony, what are your final thoughts?
If you skip this so far in the series, you want to be not wrong. If that's saying it right. If you skip this in the series, honestly, I don't feel you'd be missing anything of necessary to the story. You don't have to watch this one. It doesn't really reference anything about the other ones, like once or twice.
Honestly,
it's all like this weird cultist shit. We went into this weird Amityville horror remake cultist in the basement fucking thing with a portal to hell.
The burning down of the Abaddon is mentioned in the 4th Hell House, and then in Hell House 5, Vanessa is back and she's the protagonist. So the reporter chick in this, she's the protagonist in 5. So that's the only connecting tissue for this one. And I feel like it doesn't even fucking matter.
It doesn't even matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter though. You can completely not have any of this tied to it. It'd be a standalone on its own.
Yeah.
And you would have more of you'd have a better result than attaching it to that. It should have just been Lake of Fire if that'd be a fucking case. An Abaddon story. Lake of Fire and Abaddon story. We could have started off the series of this fucking thing, broke it up into episodes with better fucking scripting, and that would have worked.
One of the biggest problems with the entire Hell House series, and pretty much a lot of horror and a majority of indie horror, is script writing. It's like people don't know how to write good dialogue, and I feel like one of the weakest parts of the entire Hell House series is the dialogue. I don't think the dialogue and the scripting is as good as it could be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's apparently going to get a lot worse.
Oh God.
But
not even fucking one we've seen yet.
When you write a script, you should be reading your script. Even if you have to read it out loud to yourself. You should be
writing it as if you're something that you want to watch.
It should sound like a person.
Yes, it should be a relatable thing.
And it's like, Vanessa isn't likable, but it's like you're kind of forcing it down, but you're also not giving us time to like her, you know?
Yeah.
Because you have to it's the third film in the franchise. You've killed all the other fucking people in the fucking franchise so far. So you're going into the third. You have to add new people. If they had Susie from the second film, the reporter, the host there, if you had her, then she's a connecting tissue. You already know her. You don't need to explain who the fuck she is. You don't need to go through any of that fucking bullshit. It's Susie McComb. You saw her there. She was intrigued with who the fuck was this Andrew Tully? Not Andrew Tully. I forget what the fucking dude's name was that he was like supposed to be when he showed up for her show and everything. Yeah. And it's like, who the fuck is this guy? And then like she gets into like the weeds of like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, this guy bought it. Why the fuck is he buying it? Like all this shady shit's going on. Now this fucking billionaire buys it when it's supposed to be fucking demolished. What the fuck does he have going on? And you have that be the thing. Like you have that. Instead it's like, well, here's a new person because we probably can't get her and we killed everyone else off and we got to introduce this dude and I don't know, he's going to be like not the MacGuffin. Is it MacGuffin? I don't even fucking remember the fucking term. I'm fucking brain farting because I haven't had dinner or my coffee yet. The red herring. You think he's the bad guy the whole time because he's being shady and you're like, you clearly know something's going on and you're fucking ignoring it. And like we're having to deal with that. And then you have the entire cast of this stupid fucking Faust that he's putting on. I don't know why everyone is so obsessed with fucking Faust in this fucking franchise. Because Faust ends up coming back as a fucking thing in Carmichael Manor and shit. And it's like, really? I don't fucking care about this show, this book. I don't fucking care. But it's constantly going back to this shit. And then, but then you have like the crew side of it. And then you got that. But then you gotta, then we get a whole shit ton of fucking bullshit fucking cutaways to previous fucking footage from the other fucking films. Is this a fucking Family Guy clip show? Like, what are we fucking doing here? This is supposed to be the final film.
At this point, they were supposed to be, and then yeah.
You close out all the remaining fucking mysteries. This a bunch of tragedy happened over in the back in this fucking hayfield. Like all this stuff happened back there at this festival carnival thingy. What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing.
It has nothing to do with anything. Why the fuck are you bringing it up? It doesn't fucking matter. Just talk about the deaths that happen here. Like that's all that fucking matter. Like it's dumb. I hate this movie. I think this is the worst film in the entire series.
You do. It is actually.
All the stupid inclusion of religious themes. When was an angel brought back to death to put an end to Tully? That's fucking dumb. What this does is it tells me that you had no clue like how you wanted to end your trilogy, and it's sad because you shouldn't have even started making it without knowing. Also, I don't want religious propaganda in my horror movies.
Well, it's
the same reason.
Listen, this is true.
It's like I told you the other time.
But there's good horror films that have that basic, because the religion is horror, really.
Yeah. But it's the same reason I told you.
The Void had cultists. The Void is by far one of the fucking amazing films we've watched.
The Void's cultists were Cthulhu.
Yeah.
But that's not a real religion. This is a propaganda fucking bullshit for, he's an angel, Christianity, Catholicism fucking saved everyone at the end. Like, I don't fucking care. It's like I told you.
To you, sir. I say good day.
It's like the same reason I told you like a couple of weeks ago that I hate The Exorcist, both the book and the film. It's just propaganda for the Catholic Church.
It's a lot of.
That's all. The writer of the book even said he wrote the book essentially to scare people to join the Catholic Church, to save themselves. Like, I don't want that. The solution is to believe in Christ and the church, especially when science fails. Like, I don't fucking care. I don't want that. Just give me scares. Give me scares. Let actual people overcome this shit. Let them use their own ingenuity to figure out how to close this and end Andrew Tully. Instead, it's like, oh, well, Russell died, and then an angel brought him back, and he had visions of Andrew Tully, and he had to stop him. It's like, get the fuck out of here. I don't fucking care. This is fucking dumb. It's just, I don't know.
I give it a 2.
You said 2. For me, this is a fucking 1.
Straight 1.
This is a straight 1. This is a straight up fucking miss. I won't
ever be fucking. I don't. Now that we've done watching it, I don't ever put this one on.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those ones that you forget.
It's just the fact that we had to watch it for the ranking.
Sucked.
Otherwise, if we were never doing the ranking, I would just skip it. I'd be like, it doesn't matter. We could just skip it.
Yeah, that's it.
And speaking of the rankings. So far, the rankings are in number 1, Hell House LLC. Number 2, Hell House LLC 2, the Abaddon Hotel. I'm assuming this is number 3 so far.
Yeah.
This shit ain't going past those 2.
We can put it at number 4 before we even do anything. We're putting it at number 4 at the moment.
Yeah. So it's like right now it's at number 3, and I can guarantee you it'll probably end up at either 4 or 5 by the end of this, because absolutely not
debauchery.
But yeah, so current ranking is pretty much the order that Hell House came out. Hell House 1 at number 1, the Abaddon Hotel at number 2, and Lake of Fire at number 3, soon to be in the basement. That is it for the spooky horror show today. Thank you everyone for coming by, and we will see all of you next time. Bye.